Our history is a book with missing pages. We flip through the chapters we know, reading about great empires, famous battles, celebrated inventions. But what if the most important parts have been torn out, lost to time, or maybe even deliberately hidden from us? All around the world, silent stone monuments stand as forgotten bookmarks. Stonehenge, the pyramids, PumaPunku, pointing to a past far more advanced and mysterious than we can imagine. These structures whisper tales of impossible feats of engineering, of knowledge that seems to defy the very timeline of human progress. They challenge everything we think we know about our ancestors, leaving us to wonder what really happened in the dawn of civilization. These are not just simple ruins of mud and brick. They are complex, megalithic puzzles that modern engineering struggles to explain. My journey as an investigator of these ancient mysteries has taken me to the farthest corners of the globe, from dusty desert ruins to humid, forgotten jungles. I'm not your typical archaeologist, content with cataloging pottery shards and accepting the standard explanations. I'm a rogue adventurer, a maverick historian driven by an insatiable curiosity to uncover what lies beneath the surface of accepted history. I've spent decades trekking through forbidden zones, poring over esoteric texts, speaking with local guardians of ancient traditions, all in pursuit of a forbidden knowledge that I believe has been intentionally suppressed. The world is full of anomalies, and I make it my mission to find them. This quest began when I first realized the glaring disconnect between what mainstream academia teaches and what you can see with your own two eyes. Let's begin our exploration into the shocking secrets of our ancient past. We are about to venture into a world where myth and reality collide, where ancient stones speak of cosmic visitors, and where lost technology could rewrite the story of humanity. Together, we will examine the evidence and explore the possibilities that lie beyond the veil of orthodox history. The path is unconventional, the theories are daring, but the discoveries are nothing short of revolutionary. Let's begin our exploration into the shocking secrets of our ancient past. Our first stop takes us deep into the heart of China, to a place shrouded in legend and secrecy. Near the city of Xi'an, hidden within the mysterious Mount Li, lies a structure that has been the subject of speculation for centuries. This is not just any tomb or monument. It is said to be the resting place of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. But local legends and ancient texts, like those written by the historian Sima Qian, describe something far more extraordinary than a simple mausoleum. They speak of a bizarre and complex device, a machine designed for a singular, incredible purpose, to grant immortality. The emperor was obsessed with eternal life, sending expeditions far and wide in search of an elixir. It is believed that his tomb complex is the culmination of this obsession, a microcosm of his empire designed to function for eternity. According to ancient accounts, the tomb contains a vast, three-dimensional map of his kingdom, complete with rivers of flowing mercury, mimicking the Yangtze River, mimicking the Yellow River. These rivers were allegedly kept in motion by a perpetual mechanical device, a hint of some unknown and advanced power source operating deep beneath the earth even to this day. The Chinese government has famously kept the central tomb sealed, citing concerns about preservation. But many researchers, myself included, suspect there is more to it. The area around the mound is known to have abnormally high levels of mercury contamination in the soil, lending credence to the ancient descriptions of the flowing rivers. Sima Qian wrote that the ceiling of the tomb was encrusted with pearls and precious stones to represent the sun, the moon, and the stars, and that crossbows were rigged to fire automatically at any intruders. It sounds less like a tomb and more like a highly advanced, self-sustaining biosphere. The so-called immortality machine may not have been a device to make the emperor's physical body live forever, but rather a technological wonder designed to preserve his empire, his legacy, and perhaps even his consciousness in a simulated perpetual world. The tomb of Qin Shi Huang may not just be a tomb, it could be a functioning ancient machine, a technological time capsule waiting to reveal the secrets of a truly brilliant and impossibly advanced past. Leaving Asia behind, our quest takes us high into the Bolivian Altiplano, to an altitude of nearly 13,000 feet. Here, scattered across a desolate, windswept plateau, lie the ruins of PumaPunku. The name means the door of the Puma in the local Aymara language, and what you find here is, honestly, unlike anything else on Earth. It's not a city of grand temples, but instead what appears to be the debris field of a cataclysmic event. Huge, precisely engineered blocks of diorite and andesite, some of the hardest stones on the planet, are just strewn about like a toppled set of impossibly complex building blocks. The official story is that PumaPunku was built by the Tiwanaku culture around 500 AD. However, the evidence on the ground screams of a much older and far more technologically advanced origin. The precision of the stonework is simply breathtaking, and honestly, it defies all conventional explanations. We see stones with perfectly flat surfaces, razor-sharp right angles, and complex interlocking shapes that fit together like a three-dimensional jigsaw puzzle. These are not the rough-hewn blocks of a primitive culture. They are the components of a highly sophisticated, prefabricated structure. The level of craftsmanship suggests the use of power tools, not just simple bronze chisels and stone hammers. One of the greatest mysteries is how these massive stones were transported. The nearest quarry for the red sandstone is about 10 kilometers away, while the andesite quarry is a staggering 90 kilometers away, across the waters of Lake Titicaca. Some of these blocks weigh over 100 tons. Mainstream archaeology suggests thousands of workers dragged these stones using ropes and ramps, but this explanation feels wholly inadequate given the terrain and the sheer weight of the blocks. There are no trees at this altitude to use for rollers, so how did they move these megaliths with such ease? It's a logistical nightmare that really defies simple solutions. When you walk among the ruins of PumaPunku, you just can't shake the feeling that you are in the presence of something otherworldly. Precision, scale, complexity. Was this site built with the help of extraterrestrial visitors? The intricate cuts and modular design look more like something you would find in a modern machine shop than an ancient ruin. PumaPunku challenges the very foundation of our historical timeline, forcing us to consider that our ancestors may have had help from the stars. The most iconic and honestly baffling features of PumaPunku are the so-called H-blocks. These are large andesite stones, uniform in size and shape, carved into complex H geometry. Each H-block is a perfect copy. This level of uniformity suggests mass production, a modern concept, not ancient stonemasonry. Along the edges you can see a series of small, evenly spaced drill holes. Some of these holes are perfectly circular and have smooth interior walls. That really suggests the use of a high-speed rotary tool. How could a culture, one that supposedly didn't even have the wheel for transport, have developed rotary drills capable of boring hard stone? Our final destination takes us to the Bekaa Valley in Lebanon, to the ancient site of Baalbek. While the Romans later built a magnificent temple complex here, the real mystery lies beneath their foundations. The podium on which the Temple of Jupiter stands is made of some of the largest worked stones ever created by human hands. Nearby, the stone of the pregnant woman dominates the quarry, an estimated 1,000 tons, an immense, perfectly cut block, abandoned before it could be moved. How on earth did they plan to transport something so massive? The scale is staggering. The western wall includes the Trilithon, 3 colossal limestone blocks, each about 64 feet long, each roughly 800 tons, raised over 20 feet and fitted with knife blade precision. Our biggest modern mobile cranes would struggle with over 1,200 tons. One possibility is the existence of a lost high technology developed by an ancient human civilization. Maybe a global culture like the one Plato described as Atlantis, reached a technological peak before being wiped out by a great cataclysm. Maybe they had mastered acoustic levitation, using sound frequencies to nullify the weight of the massive stones. Then there's the more provocative theory, the ancient astronaut hypothesis. This proposes that extraterrestrial beings visited Earth in the distant past, guiding humanity's development. In this scenario, sites like PumaPunku and Baalbek weren't built by humans alone, but with the assistance of advanced alien technology. The laser-like cuts, the impossible weights, and the geometric complexity could be the direct result of tools and blueprints provided by these cosmic visitors. The gods of myth were not supernatural beings, but flesh and blood travelers from other worlds, and these structures are the indelible proof of their presence on our planet. This theory elegantly explains why this advanced knowledge seems to appear suddenly and then vanish. The extraterrestrial teachers may have departed, leaving humanity to continue on its own, with only fragmented memories and monumental structures as a testament to their visit. The H-blocks of PumaPunku could be spare parts for a crashed alien ship, and the platform at Baalbek could have been a launch pad for their interstellar craft. Our journey has taken us across continents and millennia, from the hidden tomb of a Chinese emperor to the high plains of Bolivia and the ancient quarries of Lebanon. We have stood in the shadow of megaliths that defy logic and examined cuts in stone that, honestly, just defy explanation. The evidence is clear. Our ancient past is far more complex and technologically advanced than we're usually led to believe. The ruins of PumaPunku, the foundations of Baalbek, the rumored machine in Qin Shi Huang's tomb aren't just historical curiosities. They are profound challenges to the very story of human civilization. These sites force us to ask some pretty fundamental questions. Who were the builders? Where did they get their incredible knowledge? Was it the product of a lost golden age of humanity, an Atlantis that vanished beneath the waves? Or did our ancestors have help from visitors who were not of this world? The answers are not written in our history books. They are etched in the silent stones that have guarded their secrets for thousands of years, waiting for a generation brave enough to look beyond the accepted dogma and question, well, everything. The truth is out there, scattered in the ruins of our forgotten past. We live on a planet that's basically a museum of ancient mysteries. For every site we've talked about, there are 100 more that are equally baffling. The vast network of underground cities in Cappadocia, the unexplained vitrified forts of Scotland, the massive geoglyphs of the Nazca lines. Each one is a piece of a grand cosmic puzzle. The greatest barrier to solving it isn't a lack of evidence, but a lack of imagination. We really do have to be willing to entertain extraordinary possibilities, because the evidence we're faced with is truly extraordinary. The quest for knowledge is humanity's greatest adventure. As we continue to explore the remote corners of our world and dig deeper into the earth, what other secrets will we uncover? Maybe one day, the tomb of the first emperor will be opened, revealing its mechanical wonders. Maybe we'll find an unlooted chamber at PumaPunku that contains the tools of its builders. Until then, we must remain curious, keep searching, and never stop asking questions. The unwritten chapters of our history are just waiting to be filled, and the next discovery could change everything we know about ourselves. While it might sound like fiction, this theory actually provides a cohesive explanation for a wide range of anomalies that mainstream archaeology simply cannot address. We really must be willing to consider it. The truth is out there, and it's written in stone.